Greetings, salutations, happy Monday. The weekend is in fact over. And it is Monday, December 15th, 2025. 10 days from Christmas Day for those who celebrate or live where people do celebrate it, which is a lot of places, but not everywhere. So, boy, I've got a pile of notepad paper here with random notes that I need to put. Do you get lost in your notes? I mean, I don't know. There's such a wealth of organizer material and tools, and yet I still feel unorganized. And at one point I was using Evernote, OneNote, Apple Notes. Yeah, you just got to find one and stick with it, I think, at the end of the day. But I'm feeling a little bit buried. So I'm going to get myself unburied from that. Also, it is very, very, very cold. So right now, as I speak, it's 26 degrees Fahrenheit. So 6 degrees below zero. And negative 3 degrees Celsius. So, yeah, and it feels it. My feet, I mean, I'm putting the wool socks are on. I think we may be double layering here pretty soon. But boy, it's interesting how the cold, if I'm honest, it does demotivate me to do certain things. I do find myself wanting to find my way into a warm space and stay there. So the gym's been a bit challenging. I have not been going as much as I'd like to, and I would like to blame it on the cold, and I think it's a legit thing. Not a great excuse though. So we're gonna need to get over that and get down there and do our thing. What do we got going on today? So let's see. We have 6 days left until the official start of winter. Although when you're at negative 6 degrees Fahrenheit, feels like you're pretty squarely already in the winter camp. This day in 1791, the Bill of Rights, the first 10 amendments to the U.S. Constitution, ratified in 1791. And all these years later, it's important that we remind ourselves and others what those rights are and continue to work on what they mean. Because the context's changed, but the main point does not. And sometimes we got to go back and remind our country what those are and who we are. So hopefully we get to do that before too much time passes. Ooh, the weekend. Busy weekend over here. Yesterday, Sunday, went to a Christmas concert at St. Ignatius Loyola, Upper East Side, where the common folk sit next to people who rolled up in Rolls Royces. It's always a fascinating cultural experience to be there. A friend of mine invites us to these events there a couple times a year. And the Christmas concert, I have to say, whether you're agnostic, atheist, devout Catholic, Protestant, or something else, the music is objectively fantastic. And what I like about it is it really makes you feel like you've enjoyed the season. The music is just world class, amazing concert. So yeah, that's all I can say. It was really, really nice. But we got a little bit of Christmas shopping done, and a little cleaning, a little cooking, all this stuff. I like to kind of prep for the week on Sundays. And Saturday, I don't even remember what I did. Oh, I was on the phone most of the day, basically. So it was great. And I don't want to call it work because it doesn't feel like work. It's connecting with people that are really important to me in my community, but it crosses over into my work community, colleagues and friends, and very, very meaningful conversations on Saturday that were just absolutely filled me up. And, that really is what powers me on a day-to-day basis, is those connections with people. And, it was really, really good. But boy, am I feeling like there's so much to do, and yet it's not time to stop before the end of the year, it's time to lean in. So this week's going to be leaning in a lot. I'll be recording some videos with new clients, and hopefully bringing on a new client. I think there's still time to bring on another new client for Amped. That would be exciting. So I tell you what, this is the main thing that I'm reflecting on these days, and that is that I am finally truly aligning what I love to do, what I've been doing, and what I'm good at for a very long time with my core business offering, and putting that front and center. And it's helping me to know what to say no to. And so, I'm able to discern, okay, in fact, I'm part of this service where you can put your information professionally in, and they're looking, you're on a kind of a database for fractional positions. And today, I got two that came through, and they're not super great fits. I mean, it's not completely off, but they're not great. But they're like full time for a limited period of time. And it's doing work that I don't want to do. And so, and the likelihood of it working anyway would be very low. And I'm getting traction with the stuff that I love to do and want to do and I'm doing. So I'm able to write that company and say, hey, listen, can you take me off that list? Because it's just going to be a distraction. And I'm already sensing in so many areas I'm able to confidently know what to decline. And I'm doing a virtual clearing of the desk right now of things, subscriptions, memberships, just stuff that I no longer need to even have coming into my consciousness, and putting that away. Some of that stuff was very important for a time of widening the lens and exploring and putting myself out there in different ways. Now that I've got it more narrowed, it's time to narrow the focus, and that means putting things away or letting them go. And that really is going to be the theme for this week as I dive into more work, but also I need to continue to clear the decks of things that are no longer needed in order to make this, it's like getting rid of the paint that you don't need on the palette and sticking with what you do need, especially when it's clear where you're going. So I'm really enjoying that, and it's freeing, it's liberating, and it really does feel like, there's sort of an acceleration, when you're speeding up and you want to shed yourself of things that are not in service of you going faster now, and being more focused. So anyway, I hope that helps somebody out there. What can you let go of today? We talk about letting go a lot, but in many different ways. And there's a season for trying out a bunch of different stuff. And then eventually it becomes clutter or space junk that prevents you from moving forward because you know where you're going now and got a clearer sense, and you know how to discern. So what is that for you? And if it's not time, then maybe you keep things open for a little while longer. Nothing wrong with that either. Listen, I hope that helps you, inspires you, prompts you in some positive way. If it does, I'd love to know. Send me your feedback. Give us a good rating on Apple. Most of all, thanks for listening, and be good to yourself and others, and have a great rest of your day, and we will check back with you tomorrow. All right. Thanks for listening. As always, bye-bye for now.